What if you can transform your life just by stacking the right habits together? Stick around because today I'm sharing 5 simple habit stacking ideas that helped me in this past week while I was sick to live a calmer, slower life and still keep on top of my health. And they're so easy that you can start tomorrow. You might ask yourself, or you might wonder what habit stacking is, and it's basically a terminology for adding something to an already existing routine, and it has to be a routine that you don't think about. For instance, taking a shower every day. Bit of a side quest. I'm not a fan of, let's do stretches while we brush our teeth. Oh no, I need to do gum pulling while I make the kids food. That is not who I am. I like a simple routine with maximum output. For example, you take a shower every day. So when you dry between your toes, you can use the towel to push back the cuticles. So a habit that you're already doing is taking a shower every day, and a habit that you're stacking on top of that is you have to dry between your toes. So let's push back the cuticles so that when you unexpectedly have to take your shoes off and you are not prepared, that you're prepared. The reason why we want to practice habit stacking, we want to promote actions that will actively improve our lifestyle and the way we feel about ourselves as women growing older, as women that's overwhelmed with daily life, with daily tasks, right? So you don't want a 3-hour morning routine, you want 30 minutes, but you want those 30 minutes to count. You want that impact when you walk out the door. So I tried to explain the habit stacking in 5 steps, and it was extremely difficult. So I'm going to give you the 5 areas in my life that I practice habit stacking in. The first pillar, let's call them pillars. The first pillar is to simplify your life. Now, how do you simplify your life? Become a minimalist. Yes, good start, but there's so much more to it, right? I broke those down into my house, my clothes, and my beauty routine, because my house symbolizes everything, like daily tasks that I need to do. I need to feed someone. I need to buy groceries to feed someone. I need to clean the kitchen because I fed someone. I need to mop the floor because someone messed after I fed them. So the one is my house. The other one is my clothes, because a lot of times women can have a lot of negative self-talk about the items that's in their wardrobe. So if you simplify it, if you minimize it, and you curate it to what brings and spark joy, that is then an immediate win. When you open up your wardrobe, you don't have to think twice. There's 5 outfits hanging there. You know that you feel good in every single one of them, and you're off to start your day. And the other one is your beauty routine. It takes a lot of work to keep a woman maintained. And I sort of feel like if you look at your beauty influencers, it's sort of split down. One half, we couldn't care or we stopped caring. I think things happen in our lives that discourage us, I suppose. And one day we look in the mirror and we go, I couldn't care less to put on makeup. Now, I've got a lot of thoughts about that, but I don't have the voice today to do it. So when you want to simplify your life, I look at your house, look at your wardrobe, and look at your beauty routine. And when those things are at peace, then you can automatically, be more confident within yourself. I feel, a personal opinion. The second pillar is health goals. Then the third pillar is I have a specific morning routine. The fourth pillar is reset my house daily. And the fifth pillar is once a week, I would spend a morning. But if you're working full time, if you have kids, a morning isn't always available. So you fit it into your life if and how and when and where it suits you. But one day a week, take a few hours and spend it on yourself, just to make yourself feel good again. And I will go through, I call it my mojo. I'm getting my mojo back. So take one day a week to get your mojo back, and you never have to be caught off guard, and you never have to feel bad about yourself, because if you've taken care of you, you can love yourself regardless, right? So those are the 5 pillars that I'm looking at. Now, please give this video a like, a comment, just put a heart emoji or a letter of the alphabet down below. And then if you would like to, please subscribe to this channel for more content like this, where I hopefully can give some insight into habit stacking, into minimalizing, minimizing, minimalistic, into minimizing your daily routines and things that you can do to live a calmer, slower life. How do I habit stack the first pillar of my life and my clothes and my beauty routine and blah blah blah? I literally, when whew, that goes deep. When you have a simplified wardrobe, so when I get dressed in the morning and I see something doesn't look good, it doesn't feel good, I don't feel good in it, it's purling or blah blah blah, then I automatically either note it, put it on a note in my phone, and when I'm out shopping, I automatically have, keep an eye open for another pair of black pants or a cardigan or whatever I need to replace. Or I remove it from my wardrobe completely and I just keep an eye out for something, because sometimes I put something on and I go, I will never wear this again. Then it doesn't even help I keep it in my cupboard, right? You immediately remove it. So that is a habit that you can start forming that will keep your wardrobe curated for your happiness. It literally takes a few seconds to pull something from your cupboard, throw something in a donate bag, move on with your day. Make a little note on your phone. I always carry my phone with me, so, well, not always, but I have a note on my phone. If I'm wandering in a shopping mall, I go, oh, I wonder what I can keep an eye out for, because, women, we're going to get those days, right? And then you have a reason to keep your eye open for something. So that is my first thing that I would advise. The second thing is a minimalistic beauty routine. You can always have it stack that when you're in the shower. In the shower, you can get so much done without adding any time to your day. You can literally swap out your conditioner for a treatment once or twice a week, depending on what your hair allows for. You can, I have a, what did I call it? I have a pumice stone in the shower that I literally just quickly, instead of washing my feet with soap, I literally take the pumice stone and I scrub my heels every single day, every other day, quickly shaving my armpits and the front part of my legs and my knees every other day. So it's not something that I do every Tuesday. I do all of this. Every Wednesday I do all of that. I'm not that type of person. I have these items in my shower, and today I will randomly grab for a treatment instead of my conditioner. I'll wash under my arms and I'll go, oh, that got hairy quickly, and I'll quickly shave it. I know a day is coming up where I would want to wear shorts and I don't want my hair flopping in the wind. I will quickly just grab the razor and shave, because if you miss patches shaving this time, you might catch them in 2 days when you shave again and miss other patches. So I'm a firm believer that if you shave yourself halfway or patchy 3 times a week, you'll get a full shaved leg. And partially done is better than not done at all, in my opinion. Same with when you climb out and you quickly dry your feet. Take the towel, push your cuticles back on your toes. I mean, you never have to be caught off guard again. And that is habit stacking into a routine that you already have. You take a shower. You know you need to take care of yourself as a woman. Stack those habits. You're, away from the kids 5 more minutes, and you're out of the shower. You look better, you present better, and therefore you feel better. And that will show confidence in the way you carry yourself. Now, these are small, simple habits that's easily stackable. But let's look at a health goal. Health goals is always more difficult to achieve. And I relate that back to decision fatigue. We have too many decisions that we need to make each day. And by the end of it, we're just like, stuff this. You know what? Pizza, here we go. Pizza, here I come. But if you say, okay, I go to the shops at least every second or third day, is that the most frugal decision? No. Is that the most realistic practice? Yes. I would say for most people it is more realistic to say, I shop 2 to 3 times a week rather than once a week. Is it ideal to shop once a week? Yes. Sometimes life gets busy and messy and we don't have the capacity to shop once a week, because then I have to remember every single thing for every single dish for 7 days. Sometimes it's easier to go, let's plan the next 2 days. Let's go get bread and milk and eggs, because that's all I need. Chocolate on my way out the door, but yeah. So if you have it stack your health goals on top of your grocery list, it becomes easier. Know your diet, know your allowances, make sure you have what you need for the next 3 days, and repeat. So you have a health goal, but you need to prep food and buy groceries in any case. Don't be stubborn. Don't be caught. Plan your menu for 2 or 3 days and then execute it when you do your shopping. Then all you have left is cook it. And that then gets me to a specific morning routine. I habit stack a lot of things on my specific morning routine. I I reach a health goal by getting up, going for a walk. Now I've done my walk. Now my morning routine can start. When my morning routine is set and I make my bed and I get ready for the day, immediately you're more productive. If you don't know what your morning routine consists out of, it's just going to flow, 1 hour into the next hour. I can easily, if I'm not in routine, if I don't get up, I saw it the past week when I was sick and I couldn't go and walk because my infection is in my chest, therefore no exercise. Um, you know, I didn't have a morning routine set up because I didn't go for my walk. So immediately I would leave the bed at 10, 11 in the morning. So that is sort of the reason for having a specific morning routine. Now, if your morning routine consists out of I have to feed kids and I have to get them to school, but I also have to get to work before a certain time, make sure that you allow yourself. I always say make sure that your daily routine to reset yourself fits into 30 to 45 minutes. Pick a few outfits that you can grab out of the cupboard that you can put together. A wedge makes everything look formal, or not formal, but more dressed up. Pick 1 or 2 hairstyles if your hair is long that you can quickly whip it up so you don't have to wash. If you need to just wash your fringe and blow dry it to look put together, go for it. Dry shampoo, whatever, if it's not wash day. Even if it is wash day, make sure that you have a quick, not a ponytail, not a floppy bun. Those do not look put together. Those look like you ran out of time and you can't take care of yourself, right? So have 1 or 2 hairstyles that will always make you look dressed. Have a very simple makeup routine that you have done in 5 minutes flat. It doesn't have to be, you can always do your full makeup routine on a Sunday morning before church or date night with hubby. But to put yourself together every day doesn't need to take a lot of time. It just takes some initial planning and then fitting that into a slot in the mornings, in a morning routine. Because a strong, productive morning routine sets the tone for your entire day. Then I reset my house every day, whether that is in the morning or whether that is at night. I make sure that once a day, I sort of put everything away and clear all the spaces and at least wipe the most important ones once a day. Why? Because this past week when I was sick and I didn't do it, it sort of showed, but it wasn't that bad because when I did have a burst of energy and I quickly did it, it didn't take me forever because I've been doing it daily. So if you clear your spaces daily and you put everything in your house where it lives, then it shouldn't take you a million years to do it. So if you just say to yourself, I reset my house daily, and during that reset, we have it stacking, I quickly make sure that I work through the papers, that I put away the shoes, that I don't know, wipe this surface that's been gathering dust that I haven't touched in 3 months. So if you do a daily reset, it is literally something where you can use to habit stack a few things that can make your life moving forward so much easier. Whether that's a drop zone that doesn't stay neat and tidy, if you figure that one out daily, it will never become, get out of hand. Whether it's your car that you leave, this is another one. I grew up in a household, and that's why I don't understand messy cars. I grew up in a household where what you brought in, you take out. My mom said, my car is not your wardrobe. My car is not your dustbin. So when she walked to the car, that was clean. There's nothing in that car. Nothing needs to live permanently in your car. And then when we left the car, she would call you back and go, these shoes, these this, these that. And we pulled up car into the garage, and there was always a little trash baggie either inside my mom's car, just outside the car door, and we would just dump our trash there. So if you can stack a habit, if you brought it, you can remove it into your car and into your house surfaces. That can become life-changing, life-altering. I can almost promise you that. And then the last thing, the fifth one, was spend one evening a week to get your mojo back. I spend the morning, and then just to quickly run through this. If you're in the position to pay to have your nails done, to pay to have your waxing and your tinting done, to pay to have your haircut, if you're in that financial position, a good habit to stack is ensure that your appointment is made when you leave, because it's a lot easier to move an appointment than what it is to get one short notice, right? And if you make sure that your color is done, your face is waxed, your nails is looking good at all times, you never have to be ashamed. I found myself one day in the depths of grief. I was grieving the loss emotion. I was grieving loss, and getting through a day was very difficult. And I got to a stage where I didn't color my hair in a while. I didn't do my nails in a while. I was poking holes through my tackies because my toenails got so long. And I got invited into a conversation. Come and have tea with us, come and have cake with us, whatever. And as I sat there, I looked at my friends, and I felt bad about myself. I felt bad about the way I looked, and not that I looked bad. I mean, I dressed up for the occasion. I did not like my level of confidence in that conversation because I didn't carry myself well, because I couldn't. I couldn't carry myself well because I didn't take care of myself. It was summer at that point, so my toenails were too long. The gel on my toes were growing out, way overdue for a gel overlay. My heels were getting to a stage where I don't have cracked heels. I'm very lucky with my heels. I think it's because of my continuous habit of scrubbing them in the shower. So I don't suffer with that, but they definitely do get hard and crusty at points or at times. And I sat there, my shoes were looking tired, my pants was looking tired, the top I wore was way too big because it was still a maternity top. And I felt bad about myself. I didn't feel confident. And I left that coffee date that I had with my friend, and let's be clear, she will never judge. She would never have said anything. I don't even think anybody else would have picked up on it, but it's the way it made me feel, and I noticed. So I immediately started getting my mojo back, and even in the Cayman, if you go back and you look at my videos from the Cayman, I lost my mojo. I wasn't depressed. There was something going on with me in the Cayman. I don't know if it's because I had to, get my identity back. I'm now not working full time anymore. I'm trying to be a YouTuber. I don't know what was going on with me in the Cayman. I don't know if it was because I was so isolated. I didn't have any friends. I don't know, but I spent most days lounging around. I did my tasks and then I just lounged around. I did do my nails, but not my toes as often. And I didn't shave my legs anymore. And I definitely didn't scrub my heels when I was supposed to. And when January hit, I said to myself, I'm going to get my mojo back. And this is the one thing that I've tried to do and I've managed, is to hit my beauty goals throughout the day. Whether that is, I don't know, quickly shaving in the shower, or putting on a hair mask, or making sure that my hair is done, rebooking my next appointment before I leave the salon, like whatever. I'll go through all of that in the next video. Actually, I think I'll go through my entire beauty routine and how I stack those habits, just to make it so much easier on myself, because like I said, as a woman, it's hard work to keep yourself kept. It is, and especially like for us now, we're not in the financial means that we used to be in South Africa, where I could afford to have my nails and my hair and my lashes and my eyebrows and everything done every couple of weeks. I'm not in that position, so I need to do that for myself now. So I'll run you through all of that. And guys, this is basically what it boils down to: is as women, we have a lot on our plates. We have so much that we have to do, and I mean, busy is the new fashionable normal. You have to say, oh, I'm so busy. Oh, I'm so, oh, I was so busy this weekend. Oh, I couldn't, sorry, I was too busy. I couldn't answer your text. That is fashionable at this moment in time. But what I found is, when I'm that busy, I am just fumbling from, day to day. I don't achieve anything. My house is falling apart. I look a mess. Half the time it carries over into the accuracy of my work. And I don't think it's a healthy environment for us to live in. So obviously, this is going a bit deeper, but obviously throughout life, we experience trauma. And it depends on where you are at during your grieving stage. But when you're coming out of your grieving stage, or when you're in the midst of that, oh, I am so busy, I am not touching side, how can I make this easier for me? Then look at what you're doing, see what you can group together, what routines you can set in for yourself, how you can, sort of shorten putting yourself together, and then set out for the day. That sort of, like I say in my next video, I will work through the entire what I do on a weekly basis to put myself together, so that it's so much easier in the mornings when I get ready. Life can get very busy at times, to a point we barely have time for ourselves. But if you don't make time for yourself and to love yourself, then how can you make time for someone else? As a parent who raise daughters, keep that in mind. A daughter will look up to her mom. I'm the middle child of 3 girls, and my mom showed us how to run a good household and how to take care of ourselves, and therefore we can take care of our husbands, and our careers. So it is important to show self-love to yourself, especially if you have children looking up at you, because you are teaching them what self-love is looking like. And self-love isn't necessarily only about hair and makeup and clothes and, I need to fit into a certain, no, self-help is things like, I'm expecting you to squeegee the shower after you shower, because that means I don't have to scrub scale and soap scum off the shower door every, second day and waste an hour and loads of water because I do it while I'm showering. So self-love is, I need you to help me take this action so that my following action is easier to take. And keeping that in mind, YouTube is going to recommend what he thinks is a good video for you to watch next. If you stayed this far into my video, thank you so much. I do appreciate it. This where I hopefully can give some insight into habit stacking, into minimizing your daily routines, and things that you can do to live a calmer, slower life from day to day, so that you have time to stop and smell the flowers. In any case, guys, until next time, enjoy living life. Bye.